I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome to the Vanderpump Rules after show. Oh my goodness. We are here tonight. There's only two of us. My name is Rivet Soro. Thank you so much for joining us. To my left, of course, the one and only Jane Johnsen. You can catch her doing Vanderpump News Daily right here at AfterBuzz TV. Jane, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
What's up, Vanderpump hotties?
Okay, it's just us two tonight. We don't have anyone to twerk. Little baby Kates, we miss you. Jarrell and Archie, we miss all of you. But tonight, Jane and I are taking over.
We're dressed like some Skittles.
We are. We're just trying to bring some, positive energy into this life.
Taste the rainbow, baby.
All right, so before we get into anything, we must address something that...
Lizardgate 2020.
Lizardgate 2020. I couldn't have said it any better. All right. So last week, we do read the comments like we tell you each and every week. We read the comments, we read the reviews, the good ones and the bad ones. A lot of people were upset with us because they, took our comments about Dog the Lizard as to being insensitive about somebody losing their pet. First and foremost, I want to say somebody losing their pet is never funny, and we truly do apologize that it came off that way. We were reacting to what was shown in the episode. The way we viewed, what they said in the episode, it sort of felt like a funny scene, and we were more so laughing at the lizard's name, which we repeated multiple times because that's what we thought was funny. So we just wanted to clear the air on that. I know, Jane, if you want to chime in.
Yeah, Bravo keeps stuff lighthearted, and we keep it lighthearted on the show. And although sometimes we may come off as cruel bitches, ultimately we're just joking. And these are our opinions, and sometimes they're hyperbolized, and we're joking about it because it's a show inspired by a show that is sometimes bitchy.
Right.
But it's all in fun. It's all in games. We have lost pets before. I'm a vegan. I've been a vegan for like 3 years now. I
Good
care
for you,
about
girl.
and love animals. And it just made me sad to see that people were really torn up about this.
Right. And we don't want to stress you out. We're here to entertain. Just like, we watch the show for entertainment. And it's, like Jane said, it's all in good fun. So we just wanted to address that because we don't ever want to upset you. So just, clearing the air.
Yeah, and people have different senses of humor and, might not be your cup of tea.
Right.
And we respect that. We love your opinions, and thanks for sharing with us.
Yes. So we must get into tonight's episode. We're in Kentucky. All the wedding festivities. There's so much going on. I feel like you said in our 60-second promo, there's just so many wedding festivities. It feels like a 12-part wedding.
Yes. It feels like a 12-part series. And I'm like, at this point, Stassi and Beau's wedding is going to be its own spinoff. Like, if you're giving this much attention to Brittany and Jax's wedding, then Stassi and Beau's needs to be its own docuseries.
Right. Next level. We get some cheating stuff with Dayna and Max that we'll get into later. James and Raquel with the whole texting, the AA stuff. We have so much to get into, but what was your initial reaction for the whole episode tonight?
I love how Brittany exists in this land of positivity. I feel like we dressed for Brittany tonight because Rivet and I are wearing these bright, ridiculous colors. But we look like the princesses that she invited over to their home.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was cute. All of the fanfare she had. Stassi was obviously really vibing with that murder mystery that was happening. It was cute.
Yeah. Stassi's eyes got so big. She was like, I love murder.
Yes. And there were also a lot of cute emotional moments that happened when Jax was reflecting on how much he's changed. That was a big one where I was like, oh my God. And then Beau loving on Stassi to Kristen. I was choked up.
That's a husband.
Beau is vision board status.
Yes.
Beau is my everything.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. So let's get into that murder mystery. Was it rehearsal dinner. It was just like a pre-wedding event, I think.
That is how it appeared.
Yeah.
And at first I was livid at that man stepping up during their... I was
know.
like, who is this guy?
I was like, whose drunk uncle has the nerve right now to speak?
Literally. I was like, what is he on?
It was a lot. So, of course, Lala and Stassi decide to speak to Kristen, and Katie jumps in and start talking about Carter and why he's coming to the wedding. What'd you think of that encounter?
I mean, it's like I see both sides. I get, honestly, after Jocelyn broke it down last week, I really can see Kristen's side with Carter more.
Yeah.
Like, I loved her POV about how Kristen needs somebody who's just there no matter what.
Yeah.
And now I agree with that. But, yeah, I mean, you know, they're together, so he's going to come to the wedding. She should, even though they're off and on.
Yeah.
It appears that they are together at this point in time.
Plus, it's like, I don't think they would uninvite someone to the wedding. Like, even if...
Well...
I mean... Oh, wait, hold on. I just, like... Woo, Tom Sandoval, who? No, okay, I guess they would uninvite someone to the wedding, but Carter, like, they don't have any problems with Carter.
Right.
And I don't see them being like, well, you're not really dating Kristen anymore, so you can't come. I don't know. And, like, Kristen wants him there, obviously. I just don't know why it affects Katie and Stassi and Lala so much, to the point where you're at the wedding, like, event. It's like a few days before the wedding, and you're like, we're gonna, like, go talk about this. Like, go celebrate Brittany. Like,
yeah. I feel like this is one of those classic moves where it's, like, not fully about Carter, but they're latching onto the one thing as the reason that they can kind of cast her aside. Like, everybody needs that one thing to make it a reason to, like, spark more drama or like, disassociate with that person.
Yeah.
And Carter is their, like, catalyst for all of this drama.
Yeah.
Whereas they really just don't want to be friends with Kristen at this point.
it's really sad.
Yeah.
And you're right about that. Stassi said something. I wrote down this quote. She said, this isn't about something she did. Like, when she slept with Jax, I had to get over that because that was an action that she did. It's about who she is. Which, honestly, like, almost put tears in my eyes, because it's like, it's not something I can forgive you for. It's just, like, how you act in certain situations. And as a friend, to enable that, it's, I mean, they don't want to see her put herself through this circle of life with Carter, which on the outside looking in looks bad. But I truly, I always say this every single week. I see both sides. I just think they keep picking the wrong times to discuss these things with Kristen.
Yeah, exactly. Like, at the wedding, basically. But it is so interesting that it's not about Carter.
Yeah.
At all. Like, Stassi got over her sleeping with Jax in the apartment.
Exactly.
So it's not really. They're just over her.
True. Katie even says to Brittany, what you witnessed was the end of a friendship. Like, so dramatic. Like,
yeah. And Stassi was like, you can't be real for one fucking second.
I don't know. It was a lot. Jax skipped out on this night. At first, when they introduced it, like, oh, Jax decided he didn't want to come, I was like, what an asshole. Like, this is your wedding event. But then you see that, like, he's, you know, really reflecting on his father and spending time just sort of to himself. And I love that, you know, a wedding is a lot of pressure, not only for the bride, of course, but also for the groom. And Jax, really, he keeps saying, you know, he doesn't speak to his mother. She wasn't invited to the wedding. His father is there in spirit, but of course, he is dead. So I'm happy that Jax took a moment and was like, you know what? I just need tonight just to, like, be alone, like, with my dad and spend time with him. Oh, my God. I want to cry.
And when Lisa showed up, it was so sweet. Him saying, like, she in many ways acts like a mother to me.
Yeah.
And so for her to be there was so important. And, like, it was such a moment that was so cute.
All the wedding feels.
Yeah.
I mean, even, like you said, the flashback where Jax is talking about how much he's grown up and this and that. And then they're showing, like, all the times he cheated and he was in jail and he messed up.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah, in jail, bloody in the face, like, just a disaster.
It was a lot. And then, of course, the night, what was it, before the wedding, when he says, oh, I'm not going to drink anymore. And he goes out and he's like, I'm kind of wasted right now. And then meanwhile, Brittany, they're having a twerk contest. Who did you think was the best twerker?
Obviously, Lala.
Yeah.
Why is Lala so perfect?
In every way.
She is a Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Perfect. That romper thing, or the two-piece that she was wearing.
Yeah.
And her bum was just this, like, plump
It looked
peach.
so
I was like,
good.
what?
Yeah.
Whatever she is doing, it is
Don't stop, girl.
working.
Yeah. It's almost like hard to look at her because she's so perfect. Like a Barbie doll.
Like, truly like a Barbie doll. I mean, whatever she's doing.
I mean, that scene was interesting, though, too. Because we see Kristen, or who was it? Lala comes into Sheena and Kristen's room and sort of talks to Sheena where, like, I will give it up to Sheena because in this scene, she just sort of said, like, are you guys just not talking to each other? And she said, oh, well, like, you yelled at Kristen last night. So I'm kind of glad she was, like, the buffer. Not that conversation went well, but Sheena was just like, let's address the elephant in the room. Like, what's happening?
Yeah. Yeah, that was wild.
Awkward.
I know.
Awkward.
But back to the twerking.
I know. It's like we don't know what to say because it was just so awkward.
That was so awkward. But no, like, you know what was funny when Lala was like, I can't. I simply couldn't. And then she just, like, breaks it down on the floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always that one girl at the party who's like, I'm shy. And then is, like, up on the table dancing. You know what I mean? It's like Lala is a singer who dances in music videos and is great. I love that she was trying to pass it off as, like, not being good at twerking.
Yeah.
It's like, you're perfect, Lala.
You're perfect.
Don't deny it.
You can twerk. Apparently, they've all taken, like, a twerking class somewhere.
I want to go to one of those.
I want to go
so
bad. I need to learn how to twerk. It's embarrassing. In this day and age, it's a necessary thing to learn.
It is.
I think.
It truly is. It's empowering to learn.
Yeah.
You know, you got to know how to move your body.
Definitely. Sorry, I think I'm just, like, scatterbrained right now because so much happened in Kentucky for this, like, wedding thing, but we haven't even gotten to the wedding yet.
So much happened in Kentucky.
So much happened in Kentucky.
So much happened at the wedding.
All right, well, we gotta move on. We need to thank you, the fans. We love you so much. We truly do, even when you don't love us very much. We appreciate you every week, and we wanted to thank you for making us the ESPN of TV Talk, as always. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up if you're into the show. Leave your opinions down below. We'd love to see it, obviously. And if you're on podcast listening, give us 5 stars. We always read the ratings. Of course, this week, even with all the backlash, we still got 2 5-star reviews, which, seriously, I mean, we just love you guys. It's been every single week.
Hate it or love it, the underdogs on top.
Say it louder for the ones in the back.
Oh my God. Wait, by the way, okay, so I know Rivette's about to read it.
Yeah.
Jilly from Indy, I need to give you a personal shout out.
Aww.
Because her review, Jilly, my career is now for you. All of this is for you, Jilly.
Jilly. That is so sweet.
Let's read that hot from
Jane.
Jilly.
Okay. Jilly in Indy says, this gets me through the mundane bits. As I sit here working away on the 29th floor in Indianapolis, I desperately need an escape from the monotonous parts of my day. This show makes me feel as if I'm sitting at the bar with my girlfriends recapping my favorite show. My God, thank you for every giggle, shady comment, and click of the glass, Jill. Wow. Jill!
Wow, I just, like, screamed into the mic. Jill.
Seriously?
Jill, I so deeply get you, girl. I used to work in corporate in Illinois, and those winters are long and hard, man.
Brutal.
You go to work, it's dark. You come back, it's dark. And there's certain things that you just need to get you through the day. And I am glad that we can be a part of your day.
Aww.
And this really, you know, you have those moments where it's like, oh, this is why I do what I do.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be here getting you through the mundane bits with my girl, Rivet.
That is so sweet. Jane, you are so sweet too. Like, God, it's just, we're a bundle of love over here, you know? We also got another really nice 5-star review from Player Fenty, who says, love you guys. I've been listening and watching this podcast for over a year now, and I love your guys' reviews. I love how all of the opinions differ, and you guys always make me laugh, especially Katie, which Katie's not here tonight, but I'm sure she would love this comment. She said, you are so hilarious, girl. Also, did you guys hear that James is 8 months sober? No, I didn't, but that's so cool to hear.
I did on Vanderpump News, baby. We covered it this week.
Speaking of, tune into Vanderpump News. If you haven't, why would you not? I mean, Jane's the host, obviously. So she said, I just want, or she or he said, I just wanted to say, keep doing what you're doing. You're all awesome, and I look forward to my Wednesday mornings because I play this while getting ready for work. Can't wait for the wedding and to hear your guys' feedback. Thanks for everything. Side note, Lisa did go to the wedding. And yeah, we saw that tonight. So thank you, Player Fenty. Thank you, Jilly. You guys are, seriously, you make the bad comments, you know, with the good comes the bad. And we do get backlash a lot of the times, which makes the nice comments that much more sweet.
You know what we love about this show is that people either give us 5 stars or 1 star, and there's no in between. People got strong opinions about us, and that means we're doing something right. Hate
I love
it or love it.
You can't please everyone, you know. But we do appreciate you, and we love you, and we thank you. So we have to move on now to Dayna and Max, which, shocker, he cheated on her, but he's kind of denying it. Do you believe Max?
Okay, Max is not being for real. Like, we've gotten every single warning sign under the sun.
Yeah.
Like, what more do we need? So whatever he's saying, that girl was half naked wearing his t-shirt.
Yeah.
So and then he's like it was like going to lunch with my mom. Like, does your mom not wear pants to feed you dinner?
It's and like, you clearly used to date her, so you cannot make that comparison. Like,
No.
absolutely not. You've slept together. It's not like going to lunch with your mom.
It's like, what is this? Literally date my mom?
I do appreciate Danica, and who was the girl that, was it Adriana? I think the girl that told Dayna. I forgot her name.
Oh, yes.
So I appreciate them because they heard this news, or they saw her out and about. They saw Max with this girl. But then they did what any good friend would do and go on Instagram, Insta-stalk her, make sure they're not crazy, get the real hard-hitting facts, and then brought it to Dayna.
Yes. You got to check receipts, do a full background check. If you're going to plant seeds in someone's ear, you got to have real proof. And they did that. You're so right, Rivet. They really did the deep digging before bringing some crazy shit her way.
Right. Because if they just came to her and said, oh, you know, he was with some girl at a bar, she'd be like, oh, okay, probably a friend, whatever.
Yeah, because here's the thing at this point. It's like she's already gotten those conversations and there were no cold hard facts.
Right.
So they needed the nitty gritty dirty deeds tagged photos or whatever the heck.
Yeah. The Tom Pride shirt. How dare you,
You know
Max?
how many burner Instagram accounts they probably had to make just to get a glimpse of that photo?
It's okay. I have like 3 Finstas. I get it. But ultimately, you know, Dayna takes this information to Max. He's sort of dodging it, and she decides that it's over. I'm really proud of her. But
I'm proud of her as well. What I'm not proud of her for is sticking the necklace in the kitty litter.
that was classic.
It was classic Dayna for sure. Like, she had to leave with a little wink of like, I'm better than you. I'm a little bit,
Yeah.
rowdy with this.
She's telling the cat that Max
She was
cheated.
like, when he's with Olivia, he's going to be wearing this poop necklace now. But, do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder how many of those servers spit in people's food.
Ew. I don't want to think about that.
I'm just kidding. They don't.
It happens at restaurants. People do that.
Maybe only in the dumpster out back in each other's drinks.
Ew. Not with
the amount of fights that have happened. I think they probably spit in each other's faces.
Where even are those dumpsters? You've been there, right?
In that like back alley there. Isn't that back alley by the Abbey known as like where people,
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
I must investigate.
Raunchy stuff goes down.
I must find out for
especially at
myself.
Pride.
It sure does.
JLo, do you know the name of it?
I don't know, but I heard crazy stories on there.
Oh,
anyway,
girl.
guys, hit the quick Google search and hit it up in the comments because I can't quite think of the name right now. But yeah, there's a name for that alley behind the Abbey.
Oh,
which is just down the street from our dear sir.
We must find out, so please let us know in the comments. So Dayna and Max are over for now. And Katie and Tom, we found this out, I feel like, a few months ago, where they're not actually married. And then they talk about it on the show. Like, I was so confused.
Honestly, though, I identify with this because I despise paperwork. I hate mail.
Yeah.
I mean, rail me in the comments for that one. Anyway.
How dare you?
We have more reason to hate. No, but I hate all that stuff. And there was when I graduated from college, I got a PR certificate, and I never actually like filed to get said certificate, even though I did all the classes to get the credits. So I don't think I technically have a PR certificate, but it's listed on my LinkedIn.
Oh, so it's valid.
I just had to file some paperwork that I don't think I, in fact, filed. So I am the kind of person who will get married and make everyone go and then not actually be married. I deeply identified with this, anyway, is what I'm trying to say.
I understand that, but I'm surprised that Katie was okay with that. Because she was, like, so gung-ho about getting married.
I know.
Did she just want, like, the party? The wedding party?
Probably, because she was fully laughing it off and thought it was so funny. And you know what I loved about that is that Lisa was like, I cared more about, I put more into this wedding than you did.
That impression was really good.
She was like,
she did.
All the work I did with the vows and you can't even get us paperwork filed.
And I love how it was only mentioned because Tom slipped up and told Jax, and we all know Jax can't keep a secret, so now Tom's like, I have to tell everyone before Jax does.
Right.
With his big mouth.
I mean,
I don't know. And then, yeah, Stassi proceeds to tell Lisa. I thought Lisa would kind of be, like, more pissed about it. But, I mean, what are you going to do?
I mean,
it's Tom Schwartz.
First of all, yeah, Lisa has a lot going on in her mind at this point in time. But I did love how she broke it down and was like, I did more than you guys.
It feels
because
that
I
way.
feel like that's always where Lisa ends up. Is like, I put way more into everything than all of you.
True. That's why she's Queen Bee. Queen Lisa. All right, so back in LA again. Well, actually, no, because Ariana and Sheena and Lala are talking about, well, they're in Kentucky talking about James and Raquel, who are back in LA, which was, again, I feel like so weird to have that conversation. I didn't know. I guess they might be friendlier with Raquel than maybe we see on the show because we don't really see her interact with the girls. I think they did like a girls' dinner like one time last season.
Well, James, till this point, has been keeping Raquel quarantined from being their friends.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes sense. But I think it also made sense for them to be talking about all of this because Lala is sober.
Right.
Or like at least familiar with that community because we had some people in the comments saying like how sober really is Lala. But if someone says they're sober, I choose to believe them.
Right.
You
Who
know?
are we to say that they're not?
Yeah.
Like,
I think that is very important and precious. So if you say you're sober, I believe that you're sober. So to my knowledge, Lala is sober. And anyway, she obviously deeply identifies with this story. And so it's important for someone like Lala to know so that she can reach out and be a guiding hand towards James. So I loved that conversation because she was like, okay, I'm going to reach out, show him the ropes. It was cute and good. Which, speaking of which, yes, this week, James did go on Watch What Happens Live and announce that he was at that time almost 9 months sober. So he was like 8+ months. And that him and Raquel are going strong and that he's basically doing it like because of her.
Yeah.
But he's really proudly sober. And I'm so proud of him. Like, that is huge.
That is huge. And honestly, just what he said about Raquel tonight, like he was like, you know, he loved that she like stood up to him. And I think that was a wake up call. And he said himself, like, I can't lose her. Like, you know, he will do whatever it takes. So I think it was so admirable, and clearly it's working, and it's very cool. It's a good moment for them. I really like that. And
I love Raquel, and I'm so proud of Sober James. Like, I love them together, and I'm really, really standing the relationship.
Yeah, I think it was easy, and especially if you guys watched last season, you would know we went in on Raquel a lot, but it's, you know, she's becoming her own person, and she's really finding her voice. So I love that. And also kudos to Lala, because James and her have had such a rocky friendship. He's done her wrong so many times, not saying she's been an angel, but the fact that she's still like, you know what, I'm going to reach out to him. I'm going to help him when he's ready. Like, I'm here. That's very cool.
Yeah, they're very unconditional in their relationship.
Definitely.
You know, because they can be off and on, but even like for that, was it the Pride episode that they started collaborating together again?
Yes, yeah. I think so.
And their music is fire, so I'm really into it.
Is it? Have I heard it?
Yes.
On the show, maybe.
Yeah. And at BravoCon, I heard that that James Kennedy was playing, and he had Lala sing for him.
Oh.
Yeah, in front of like 2,500 people or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's a lot of people.
And Sheena was jealous that she wasn't invited to perform, so then at 12 o'clock, drunkenly, she got to perform.
Okay, well, Sheena can come here and perform Good as Gold. We'll set up a whole thing for her.
She can do Good as Gold on our glass table.
Love it.
Because we're good as gold.
Okay. I think it's time to move on to give out our pumptinis. I was waiting for the sound effect and it didn't happen, but that's okay. Bing! Bing! Okay, Jane, there it is.
Every click of the glass, Jill, this is for you.
There it is. Aw, Jill, you just got Jane's pumptini. That's really sweet.
Well, yes, Jill, you got my pumptini, but also Bo, because Bo... I feel like we were really able to see some prime Bo moments in this. When he was dancing out in the parade or whatever that group dance was in Kentucky. It's like, just, if someone is out there and they're listening to this podcast and they see themselves as a spitting image of Bo, I would like you to fly to Los Angeles and come be with me.
Please do it.
Because there's got to be more than one Bo out there.
There are.
And I will now make it my mission to find him.
This is called manifesting, people. You should try it at home. Slide into her DMs. It's at Jane Johnsen _, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
SEN Johnsen.
SEN
_.
Don't you forget it. I love it. That was beautiful. I hope Bo sees that and, you know, sees how women of the world appreciate a man like Bo.
Right?
Yeah. I think, okay, my pumptini, I had two, but I'm just going to go with one. My pumptini is going to Jax, who I feel like really opened up this episode. We saw him, you know, just the stuff with his dad. It was so sweet, and the new urn, and how he just really wants to make his dad part of his wedding. I thought it was beautiful. I love that he he took the night, you know, to be with his dad and sort of stay away from everybody. But he gets my pumptini mostly because he said this about his wedding and getting married. He said, "My worst fear is Brittany not being happy anymore." And I think that is so beautiful. You know, before you're getting married, you're so scared. He didn't say, like, my worst fear is, like, it doesn't work out, or I'm not happy, or I mess up. It was, you know, her not being happy. And I think that was so selfless and what a husband would say. So my pumptini goes to Jax.
Yes. And again, in that like montage when they were talking about old Jax, you know, they said Jax was a fuckboy before fuckboy was even a term. Like, they were like, he's slept with 300 servers alone.
Just at Sir.
Or 300 people at Sir alone. Yeah, and this evolution, it was beautiful. So give it up for the men on Vanderpump Rules tonight.
Yes, we love it.
Getting all our pumptinis.
All right, I think we have time for some quick news.
Yeah. So we got news.
Yep, we got news, people.
Boy, do we ever.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, so first, okay, Sheena has opened up. Oh, first of all, Sheena started her own YouTube channel, which I have subscribed to and turned on my post notifications, and you should do the same. I actually, you know, she did a Q&A, and I was really into it, so check that out. And she was saying about Dayna, how initially she didn't really like Dayna because Dayna has a similar personality to Stassi and Lala, and she's typically Sheena is typically not drawn to that sort of personality. And for the jealousy thing, she said she was never jealous about Dayna and Max. She was more so jealous that the show has given Dayna a platform and really shown her like comedy, stand-up, and all of that stuff with her career, whereas Sheena feels the show doesn't really give her a platform for her career and just sort of focuses on her romantic relationships, which I understand how that could be frustrating, but that's what, that's the Sheena and Dayna news. But then she did say keep watching the season and their friendship maybe flourishes a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. It seems like it's going to flourish a little bit and then maybe taper off a little bit and then go back to being friends. So, yeah, they keep us on this roller coaster.
Definitely.
Okay, so this is piping hot as well because Stassi and Beau are on Watch What Happens Live tonight. Ooh. And Andy was asking them about how Randall and Lala had shared their save the date on social media. I believe it was on social media. Yes. So so we now have all the details on the where and when of their wedding. Oh, and yeah, Stassi was like, what the heck? Why did they do that?
Yeah.
So they even had like a website from darktoclark.com. And so people were able to go on to the site and they quickly changed the password. But basically, since this was uploaded by Randall and Lala for everyone to see, we know that the wedding is in Rome, Italy from Monday, October 5th, 2020 until Thursday, October 8th. And the actual wedding is on Wednesday, which is a weird date for weddings, but it seems like all the Vanderpump people get married on Wednesdays.
Really?
As says this article.
Interesting.
So yeah, we know everything now. Ha ha ha. Hopefully Corona will let them go. I know that's been also the latest drama of the Stassi-Beau wedding because Italy is shut down. So
it is. Let's hope it's contained by then. And if you are in Italy during that time, please don't crash the wedding. I'm sure they don't want that.
But if we've learned anything from Love is Blind, love is even better when quarantined.
And on that note, I think that's a great spot to end the show. You can find me at Rivet Soro on all social media platforms.
I'm Jane Johnsen. You can find me on Instagram at Jane Johnsen, JOHNSEN _.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.